some stories for next week's race at Talladega. Just what kind of race after what you experienced at Daytona do you think you'll see at Talladega?
Probably the same as we've seen the last two races at Talladega, just because they haven't changed the rules package. I don't know how good of a race it is for the fans, but you can't really pass as a driver, so that makes it pretty challenging. But with that being said, it still will be a fun race because it's Talladega. You can't beat Talladega, so we'll see.
How do you pass?
You hit the gas all the way down and
Yeah, no, I got that part of it. But if it's, I mean, how do you move up and down the ladder at a place that's so hard to pass? What are you looking for to take advantage of to make a pass?
well, just the air, but you can't side draft anymore. Like the side draft doesn't really slow you down, so yeah, you're just kind of stuck.
Did you watch the truck race last night?
I watched the first 68 laps and then fell asleep.
What was your take on those laps where they were on the wet weathers?
Looked great, but it's like why only run it at sometimes when it's wet and not other times when it's wet. It didn't like listening to the crew chiefs interviews and stuff when they got the red flag. They didn't even know why, like what was going on and the miscommunication with everything. So it's like, okay, if you guys want to do, you guys is in NASCAR, if you guys want to do rain tires, okay, we'll do it when it's all the time. Don't just do it at sometimes and other times. And I don't know how you run with rain tires, and the race got shortened, right? So like, why if they have rain tires? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
So if we get weather tomorrow, are you willing to try it out?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really made an argument. I don't want to call it an argument, but the thing that I've thought of is how great the race was at the Roval in 2020 with the Xfinity cars, and we were able to ride through the corner on a mile and a half with it pouring rain, and nobody spun out through the corner. So, I mean, you put a couple chicanes in there for a road course, but essentially you are going 150, 160 miles an hour in the rain. You're going to go as fast as the car will let you. So, I don't see why I don't want to open up a can of worms and say we should go race at the rain. I don't want that to be the thumbnail or whatever it's going to be. But I had fun in the rain at the Roval, and I guess we'll leave it at that. I thought it was good.
How comfortable are you if that situation arises for tomorrow?
I mean, they all looked pretty good. I made a bet last night that they were going to crash within the first 10 laps, and nobody crashed. So they did a good job. It looked like it was just same as what it was normally with, slicks on and stuff,
And it sounded like a big takeaway too was with how much fall off there was after that first run. Obviously, there's a lot of different things going on there with the treads on the tires and whatnot, but it seemed like there was generally good feedback even from Cup guys like Kyle and Ross.
Well, probably because there's actually fall off in the tire that we've all been asking for years now, and Goodyear makes just such a hard tire that it doesn't lay down any rubber here. Like it visually looks like it lays down rubber, and you've got to be pinned on the inside curb, but it doesn't stack rubber. And it used to stack rubber, and that's when you'd have to really start changing your line, and then now you just downshift it and go. So I think it would be kind of fun on rain tires if they wore away and you had to actually manage your right foot throughout the race and whatnot. Like that's kind of how this place should be, is you blow the rear tires off the thing and make you actually have to like really drive it hard.
Assuming we don't get rain tomorrow and tomorrow's just a straight up race, what do you expect from this new short track package at a track like this?
I don't know if it's really made much of a difference, and it's a little harder to drive behind the wheel, but watching these races back at Phoenix and Richmond, it doesn't really seem like it's made any more passing. I know they put out some big statistic about how many passes there were at Richmond, but it was because there was no cautions and they were just doing green flag stops, and everybody was just changing their running position so many times, so it looked like there was a lot of passes, but there really wasn't. So with that being said, I think how this race went in the spring last year, where they made green flag pit stops at Martinsville, I mean, that's pretty bad in my opinion, so we'll see. I don't think I'll make much of a difference. I think it's more of the car overall is the problem.
This is Harrison Burton, driver the number 21. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, check out one of these two videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.